Hi, my name is Michael Denner, and you're watching Chaoszine. I'm busy as always, composing a bit, playing as a guest on some albums. You know, the last one is Cryptic by a Danish band, black doom metal band, with my old friend Monroe from the Bratz days. He's running that band, you know, so he asked me to join him and play on the album, and it suited my style, melodic. Like black metal melodic, and it was quite easy for me to find the feel and go in and play on that album. You know, before that I played on Opera Diabolicus, some guys from Sweden. You know, I did that with Max Levine, the singer, and Andy LaRock, and some King Diamond, Mercyful Fate, Snowy Shore, of course, was there as well, with some King Diamond, Mercyful Fate related musicians. So that was also an easy task for me to accept that and go in and play, because these guys are my old friends and they play wonderful music. So, and as always, I'm busy playing on a lot of albums, you know, and I run my shop in Copenhagen, Beat Bop in Copenhagen. I do metal quiz, I do regular music quizzes on a monthly basis. I work as a freelance journalist, writing for Danish metal magazines. There's no much time for me to sing. I'm an amateur singer, you know. I like to sing evergreens and stuff, you know, just as a hobby. And I'm not that good as I thought I was. I believe I was supposed to be the next Danish Frank Sinatra, but that didn't happen. And I don't have time to do that these days, you know, because I'm too busy doing all the serious things, you know. And then I'm preparing for the next album I will do with my own band, and I will do that slowly and securely to be able to find the best songs, you know, and take the time it will take to do a proper album with great musicians. So it will be there when it's there, you know. Probably Dennis Inferno will be the moniker of that one. Me and the film director Peter Hansen, we did the Flying V documentary. It took us well over 3 years to do that. And now it's released and you can buy it, you know. And I think the biggest market for it is in US. Actually, I think they sell it in Walmart, you know, the Flying V documentary. But that was a great pleasure to do and be able to interview Michael Schenker, K.K. Downing, Kerry King, Dave Mustaine, James Hetfield, all the big guns, you know. The only one I missed was Paul Stanley from Kiss. I tried to contact him, and he was on a vacation with his family at Hawaii, you know, and the next thing he didn't respond. And finally, I secured the interview because he wrote a book, and I got in touch with his book company, and they say, okay, we will fix it and get it ready. They play Copenhell, and then COVID-19 came, and then I had to finish the film. That was the only guy I didn't get, which was a big disappointment. Not because he's a great solo Flying V guitarist, but because of his legacy and what a fan I've been of Kiss when they came out in the beginning when I was a teenager. So that was the only disappointing thing, but all the other guys, all the big guns are there, you know. So that was a great pleasure to be able to do that Flying V documentary. And of course I placed myself in there as well, you know, as a bonus. I mean, Flying V. I've been playing Flying V since 1975, so of course I was supposed to be in that movie as well, you know.
Right.
Quite surprisingly, I experienced that this is not my band anymore. That's okay. I'm not part of it because they didn't tell me, they didn't invite me. We didn't even have a discussion about it, you know. So of course it took some time for me to digest it. It was quite painful. because, like I said, I miss my friends from the 80s. You know, I miss them, but not the people who's in the band today. I mean, I wish them the best, and I mean, the better they play, the more records we can sell, and the more money I will get in the end. So, I mean, of course, it's heartbreaking, and also to see and hear they play my signature stuff. Most of the songs they play now is things I done. I mean, my signature solos, my themes, my arrangements, my stuff, and it's another guy who plays. Why? But then again, Mike Reid is a great guitarist, and he's still a good friend of mine. So if anyone should do the job, I'm glad it's him who did it. You know, really, he can do the shit, and I mean, that's some sort of comfort in all this agony and disappointment. That it's Mike Reid who plays, and that makes me feel good. The thing is, me and King, we had a discussion some years ago now. It was about a cover of a Denner Shermann album, because the artist who did the artwork for the cover is Thomas Holm, who did Melissa and Don't Break the Oath. And of course, his way of painting and stuff, it was a bit similar, a bit more than a bit similar to Melissa and Don't Break the Oath, and King got upset and tried to stop the album, and he did manage to stop, as I recall it, and as I see it, he did manage to stop the merchandise side, you know, T-shirts, design, and so on. I'm not 100% sure of that, but that could be the story. And of course, like King, me and King are quite alike. We don't turn the other cheek. And I mean, two old assholes who don't want to stretch their hand out and say, okay, let bygones be bygones, let's try and do this. So we kept our disagreements and the enemy side of it. That's just sad. But with Hank, it was a different story, because it came out of nowhere. We had a good teamwork going with Denner Shermann. And one of the last things Hank told me was, if we do a Mercyful Fate reunion, it should be with you and me, no question about it. But of course, King, he has a strong will and some power behind it, Metal Blade Records and money, you know, big salaries. So Hank chose to go that way and just leave me out in the cold, and we haven't spoke since, more or less. And that's a few years now, yeah. But then again, we've been a guitar team since the late 70s. It's a long time, and the friendship, and it's like telepathy. You know exactly which guy to play what parts, you know, and we know each other like it's in the pocket. But he chose to go that way, and I couldn't live with that. So we don't talk anymore. But I wish him the best.
Right.
I wish him just the best of luck in the future, you know. But his future will be without me. Things went sour, and also when they reintroduced the band for the first time in 23 years or something like that, it sounds strange in my ears, because we did the Metallica Guitar Hero in 2009,
yeah,
and released an EP with the re-recorded songs, me, King, Hank, even Timmy, and Bjarne Holm, the drummer. And after that, in December 2011, we went to join Metallica on stage for the anniversary show, and introduced us for the first time in many years the original line of Mercyful Fate. And now they come up with this. And I even saw some promotion they did for the new tour, where they cut me out of the video. You know, they did old footage where you could see Hank and King and Timmy play live on stage from the old days, and all the left side was cut out. You know, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I mean, come on. I mean, there's so many people are fans of Mercyful Fate. They know the story. You can't just, I mean, come on. You can't just cut me out of. And then again, sadness. And disbelief. Why? Why go that way? Are you that tight? You know, so are you not able to? If you want to do this thing, then go on and do it. But no, don't do the tricky business and all the bullshit, because all the hardcore fans, they can see it and see this is wrong. That's not the way to go. You know. That's ridiculous also, because some of these Black Sabbath albums are brilliant. I mean, Heaven and Hell, I mean, that's one of my favorite Black Sabbath albums. Of course it's there, it's legacy, it's important. Also to see where the band were turning, so they can turn back with Ozzy, but there's still room also for the fans, and I mean, the fan knows. It's embarrassing somehow, you know, it gets embarrassing, as I see it. That's a funny story, because me and Hank, for a short while he was doing the band Fate, which was a straight hard rock, popish type of band, and he got fed up. Also because it was his band in the beginning, and the record company was a big record company. They start to take control, you know, with the image, with the songs, with even his guitar solos and shit. And he got fed up, and he left the band, his own band. And then he came to my shop, and I played some songs for him. I've done, you know, I had a band called Lavina, short-lived. And then me and Hank, we started saying, hey, let's try and do something again. So we had a two-man band, and with our own record label, Sosa Records, and we invited friends and guests to play on that album, you know, Sosa Mess, Wizard Wasteland. And we were supposed to make album number 2, and I had King and Hank down in my apartment for coffee, and we played the second Sosa Mess demos for King. He said, wow, that sounds like almost Mercyful Fate. And whoopsie, then it was reforming, you know, because King had a period of time. I think it was after the album The Eye, and before Spider's Lullaby. He had some space to do something, you know, and we decided, old friends, we still have something in us, and we reformed Mercyful Fate and had some great years together, you know. And for me, it was like I was supposed to get my first child, you know, my firstborn, and my wife had the complication with the labor, and she got her pelvis broke. And it was quite, it could cripple her for life. So I had to take a tough decision, you know, to stay home with and support my family, or go on US and UK, Europe tour with Mercyful Fate. So that was heartbreaking, you know. So I had to go and tell the guys, I'm sorry, I took this decision, I cannot carry on. But I know a guy who plays in my style, you know, and he will fit perfectly. And that's a guy called Mike Wheat from Hexenhaus and the bands he was in before, and they took him, and he fitted. He could do my shit, you know. That was good. The funny thing is, it's time, because it's like I say, it's 50-50 for me. When I heard the demos for that album, you know, not the song. Of course, I had some songs and ideas. When King and Hank sent me their ideas for that album, I was very disappointed. But it changed, because then the song that was starting to get momentum in the songs. But when I heard them the first time, that demos, I said, shit, this is gonna be a horrible album. But it turned out okay. It turned out good. There's some great songs on that album, you know. But I was very disappointed in the beginning, compared to In the Shadows, where I heard these songs, you know, I said, okay, this is going to be strong. But with time, it was a mixed bag for me. I said, shoot, this is not going to go good. That was the final album I did. You know, the band was strong. We got Bjarne Holm in, not as flashy as Snowy. Snowy is one of my all-time favorite metal drummers. I mean, him and Mickey D. I've been so privileged to play with some of the best metal drummers in the world, in my book. The last one is Jan Pace from Deep Purple. I mean, these guys are my three favorite drummers, and I was able to do records and tour with two of them. But Bjarne Holm came in on the third one, and somehow we did some. It was a strong album, you know. It's a bit underrated in my book. There's some very strong songs on that, and it's quite well produced. Good songs, good playing. And I'm happy it was the final one, because I was proud of that album, you know. So for me, that was the good finale, you know. This is my last output with Mercyful Fate. I didn't expect us to go Guitar Hero, these recordings, and even to play live with Metallica in 2011. I didn't expect that, you know. So I thought this is the end, you know. And then I took, I think it was 6 or 7 years layoff after that, and started as an amateur jazz singer, you know, to go and sing jazz instead, and just hobby, to deal with music on a hobby basis, and run my shop, of course, selling records, you know. But things they turned again, you know, and I haven't been busier my whole life with music than nowadays, you know. So. It's doing good. Of course, we in Denmark we got support from the government, because they have to close it down seriously. It was completely closed, so we got a small sum of money, you know, to survive. But slowly but surely it came back. And I mean, with these days with the vinyl sales, I have a great selection, maybe 30,000 used vinyl records in stock. So, and I bought them the days in the 90s where everyone wanted CDs. People came down with the records, you know, and big piles of vinyl, and say, "Oh, I'm about to throw this out." My wife said, "There's no room for this anymore," and I said, "Okay, let me take care of it. You can take some CDs instead." "Oh, great, thanks." They went out with CDs, and people said, "Why are you buying and swapping this shit? This is all crap, you know." Just wait. One fine day, things will change, you know, and it did. So a lot of shops closed in Copenhagen. They sold CDs and DVDs, but suddenly my shop was. It did work well, even in the CD days, because I also sell CDs. But when the vinyl came back, suddenly I had a fortune on the shelf, you know, and I still live a good life because of the vinyl sale, definitely. Actually, it's a bit out of my hands, you know. I was hoping for Metal Blade, who has the rights now for these. They bought the whatever, you know, the rights to be able to repress. I was hoping for them to do the mini album, Melissa, Don't Break the Oath, do repressing, and I mean just plain repressing in black vinyl, no bullshit, no mask inside or multicolored this or that, just plain black. So you can see the dust on the record and the fingerprints and wipe them away and see the content. This is for me as a record collector. I'm not into that, you know. Yeah, it looks flashy and you can put it on your wall or play frisbee with it. But I need a black, straight vinyl record, no bullshit. But I've been collecting records since 1969. And I mean, anytime I prefer the black vinyl. And I hope one day the Metal Blade would re-release these albums, because many people ask, "Can I buy Don't Break the Oath? Can I mean, it's impossible. I get a few copies reprinted. I buy on the record fair, but it's very, very limited what I'm able to do. And sometimes I have to pay a fortune to get a straight Mercyful Fate album. And when the dealer he see it's me, he get a bit embarrassed and give me a discount. So, "Oh, it's Michael Denner," and then I get a discount because it's me, you know. So, but some of these records are ridiculously expensive. I mean, yeah. The thing is, they made 2 albums after I left. The first one, Dead Again, was even for me. I didn't have any beef with the band at that point, you know, when they did that. I just wished them the best, because it wasn't their mistake that I had to leave, you know, because of my family. But I was quite disappointed when I heard that again, because his vocals are weak, the songs are weak. I mean, it's like I expected more, but it became better. I mean, they added something for the 9 album. As I see it, it was a notch up in my book and a decent album compared to the one before. But that's my opinion, you know. And I might be the wrong to sit and review the last 2 albums. Of course, anytime I feel the albums I played on are far better than the 2. But I mean, of course it's like this. But maybe I'm right. I'm not sure. It's for people to, you know, value whatever they feel, you know. No, it's too painful. And not much because of that, but more if I go out here tomorrow on Copenhell, I will not have 2 minutes of peace. People will come, you know, why this and why that, you know. I'm always open for you know, a selfie and a handshake and a signing, whatever. But it's like I have to repeat the same thing over again. Why are you not there, Michael? Why? It's a disgrace, and we feel for you. And so I appreciate people's, you know, their heart in this, but there's nothing we can do about it. They made the decision, and I mean, it will be too painful to see they play my stuff, you know, my solos, my yeah, I could. He did a mistake there. So I don't need that. I just wish Mike. He's a good guitarist. Let him do his shit. You know, it's cool. I don't think so. But that's what I think. I think King will finish this and cash in and continue with his own band. I mean, he have a stronger band, in my humble opinion. He has a stronger band. They play a Mercyful Fate medley. I mean, this band is tight and great. Why continue with this? It's like a revival band, in my opinion. You know, it's like, come on. Why not continue with King Diamond? You know, he's doing great. Great show. He's a big figure in metal, and it's like discounting himself a bit, as I see it. But it's my humble opinion, you know. I don't think this is necessary. So I think he will leave this after it's dried out, you know, milk it, and then continue with his own. That's what I hope for him to do, because that band is so much stronger, you know, and they have a big. There's so many records to pick out songs. They play a Mercyful Fate medley. I mean, why do this? Why? I don't understand why. Not in a million years. That will never happen. Never.
So it's that bad?
It's that. No, it's not that bad. It's just the end of it. Because I could never trust this guy again. He broke my heart and he stabbed me in the back. And but still, I miss him. I miss my old friend. I miss my guitar partner, you know. But I will never take a chance again, trusting this guy, you know, when he could do the thing he did. I will never be safe. So, and I feel sorry for me, and I feel sorry for him. It's a loss, but that's the way life goes, you know. You have to carry on. Music-wise, as a guitarist, like I said, I will start. I have some ideas for my next album. I do believe I need to do a metal album as a pure metal album, because the previous albums I did on my own moniker, the Trick Bag was 70s, you know, a tribute to the 70s, and the last one was a mixed bag of there were some cover songs and more old school heavy rock with metal songs in between, you know. But the next one will be a bit more powerful, and it's also because of the lineup for the next album. That will change some things, you know. I know Jens Berglit, who was a live drummer from the Dennis Shermann days. He's a metal drummer, so he'll be there. I hope to get Chandler, the singer, if he's not too busy with his schedule, for him to sing on the next album, but there's some very interesting alternatives. I also do a bit of corresponding and plan making with Pete Black and Sean Peck. So, but then we turn our head for a slab of Judas Priest, King Diamond, Mercyful Fate type of music as I see it. I mean, actually, he said if I have time, I would love to play with you guys, and also help Pacino on bass. It's like things there's some small things going on. The thing for me, if this is going to be the band, we even had a bandman name for it and shit, but it just all the horses. But the thing is, this time I will not take charge as the band leader, because it's grueling, it's blood, sweat and tears. When you are a band leader, you have to take the hard decisions and so on. So next time I'm a band leader, it will be with my own band, Inferno. If we do the other band with Sean and Pete and so on, which I hope to do, they have some songs ready, very strong songs, heavy, very metal, Mercyful Fate, King Diamond, Judas Priest, that type of metal. Then I will let them take you know what I mean. They take the control.
Torch.
Yeah, I'm just a lousy guitarist in the back playing the solos and shit. I don't want to be the boss on that one. I don't want to do that, So if they manage to take the control, then I'm more than ready to play along with them on that album. Could be nice.
Anything you want?
Yes, the thing is, of course I will be back. This is part of my life, to do records and play live shows, and also as it's so much in my blood, And of course, I'm hoping to tour Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark. I mean, this is my Scandinavia, and the Nordic side is. I mean, we guys more or less speak the same language, except if we start too much with your Finnish, then I don't understand shit. Yksi, kaksi, kolme. I mean, come on. But then again, of course, I'm hoping and I know I will be back for more, because it's in my blood. I've been playing heavy music since 1974. It's nearly 50 years as a heavy rock, heavy metal musician, And I mean, I have tinnitus in my ear and scars in my body and in my mind. But this is so much my life, so I cannot drop it. Not even if Mercyful Fate reunite without me. It just makes me stronger and more into it, So, but like I said, just to sum it up, I wish the guys the best of luck. They're gonna need it, but I hope so they can sell more records. I can make more money. That's it.